Good morning, welcome to part 178 of our Bedrock Survival series. Hope y'all are doing well today. Alright. I have some cookies. There was this notification that I got non-consensually through Windows 11, because now they push news in your face and you literally, it just pops up. And the headline was 10-year-old guitar prodigy rocks on, and it was one of the more insufferable things I've seen, because I know from having been in entertainment, being in entertainment, no matter how talented you are or are not, if you're that young and you have a spotlight of that magnitude, it's because your uncle knew someone. It's because your family was in showbiz. And I'm sick of how nauseatingly fake this industry is, so as to gaslight us, attempting to make us believe that a 10-year-old featured on every news station was not an industry plant, was not a result of extreme nepotism. There are many talented 10-year-olds. There are many talented 20 and 30-year-olds. No one ultimately is better than anyone else, because everyone who achieves notoriety like that had someone in the family who was in showbiz. But the fact that they pretend that is not the case is so nauseating. So nauseating to me. Like, literally nauseating. No, I don't care about the stupid 10-year-old who is a prodigy just like the other 20,000 stupid 10-year-olds who are prodigies. Well, I shouldn't call them stupid because they never got the time of day. They never got a chance. But, like, he's just like all the other 10-year-olds who were literally forced into show business. He may be good on guitar or whatever, but he was literally forced into the show business by his rich family. It's literally a sham. It's 100% an artificial machine and a sham portrayed as something organic. That is so shameful and so pathetic. So whenever I see something like, oh, this young prodigy, yeah, and his fucking grandpa wrote that article, and his fucking grandpa wrote that headline, more or less. Because it was his uncle, or it was his grandpa, or it was his father, or it was his auntie, or someone in show business who not just paved the way for him and opened the door for him, but literally orchestrated every aspect of his career and literally orchestrated every piece of media and the marketing. Okay, it's really, really manufactured. I know what organic success looks like. It's not that. It was just nauseating that I got that notification on my desktop. Oh, who are you? Oh, you know, I'm just someone with a 5-octave voice, naturally, who achieved connections like with Ariana Grande when I was 23, and I didn't have anyone in my family who achieved that for me. I was just on Instagram posting my stories, and I did it 100% organically with marketing insight and prowess. So when people say, oh, you're just a loser. No, I'm not. I achieved great success in my own way organically, and I find it and this is part of the reason why I can speak on this industry. I find it so annoying when people try to pretend that it's not fake. It's one thing if people acknowledge that it's fake. If they don't, I'm like, ew, ew. That's like someone pretending that they don't sit down on a toilet. You know what I'm saying? That's just disgusting. How could you be so dishonest, and how could you hate yourself so much as to engage in this and then pretend that you don't? It's disgusting. That's pretty harsh, but you know what? Having a headline imposed on me on my computer privately about this stupid fucking 10-year-old who might be good on guitar or might not be, but who undoubtedly had every single aspect of his exposure bought for him, all under the pretense that it's organic. That's disgusting, and that's harsh. That's harsh. And that's the rot of society. Girl, I don't care about your stupid fucking snot-nosed brat 10-year-old who's good on guitar. His mommy and daddy bought this media campaign for him. I don't give a shit. And you know what? His work is probably completely vapid. What, you're calling him a fucking prodigy because he can shred on guitar? Are his compositions any good? And if he composes, is any of it memorable, or is it all performative, pretentious bullshit? That's the thing about going down the path of someone who's technically gifted on an instrument. You become more of a performer than a musician. So I don't give a shit if he can shred on guitar. If his music isn't memorable, then I don't consider him to be valid. If it's not, doesn't sound beautiful, then I don't care. There are many people who are less proficient on an instrument who make magnificent music. So it's so ignorant in all ways. Firstly, in the sense that it was being portrayed as organic success when someone clearly bought this for him. Full stop. And secondly, that the only aspect to being a prodigy is technical proficiency on an instrument. Very ignorant. It's flashy, but I guarantee you in 10 years, no one will know who he is. The same thing happens to all piano prodigies, all violin prodigies, all guitar prodigies. They have success in their lives, certainly, but they don't really make it big. You want to know why? Because it's vacuous. Because it means nothing to be able to play a bunch of notes quickly on piano or on guitar. It means nothing. Okay, so you could play some etudes. Good for you. But the vast majority of the human race doesn't care. So the whole thing is ignorant. And here's the thing. I know people dunk on pop, but there is some merit to the idea of the person overall, the face. Not everyone has what it takes to be a star. Just because you're a piano prodigy or a guitar prodigy does not mean you are star material. You may not have the face, you may not have the soul, the natural demeanor, you may not have the will of a pop star. There's so much more to success than just being proficient on an instrument. It's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. We could certainly use more people who are musically talented, like me and like that guitar prodigy, certainly. But I guarantee you, for the reason that it is relatively musically vacuous, empty, to call yourself a star when you are just good on an instrument, no one is going to know who he is. That was a real long spiel. But you know what? That was real obnoxious to impose that on me. It's still there. Who is this guy? 10-year-old guitar playing prodigy rocks on right on my computer. What? What? This is what I'm saying. This is overreach. There's no reason I should have ever learned of his existence. So I don't really care if what I said was harsh or critical. It's very warranted. There's absolutely no reason I should become aware of that little snot's existence just because his rich parents bought a media campaign for him. Mic drop. Is this... wait. I think I need to, oh, okay. Now I see. Yeah. Had to choose one. Okay, I guess I'll mine. Because I've just been walking around while I've been complaining. By the way, when I was a little younger, I was a bit of a piano prodigy myself. I just didn't have any pedagogy, which arguably made it even more impressive. I didn't come from a rich family who sat me down before I was out of diapers at a keyboard. I just found it myself. One moment. Sorry guys, 1 second. Work stuff. Ooh, 10-year-old prodigy doesn't have to get a regular job because his parents are filthy rich. Okay. I'm working. Why did I get that update on my computer? I have a real life. I have to work for not only my dreams, but for money. I have a real life. I don't have an artificial little rich child life. I have a real life, and therefore, how is that update relevant to me? 10-year-old prodigy rocks on and you only know of his existence because his rich family bought this media campaign. Okay, but I'm a real person. So how does that relate to me? Right. It's amazing how uncomfortable shitty people get when you ask them a question like that. Anyone who's full of shit won't react well to a question like that. It's not because it's a loaded question, it's because it's the truth. And how does that relate to me? I have a real life. I have to work for money. I have to work for food. And I also work for any dreams that I achieve. I can't just have someone buy all this out for me. So how does your update about your stupid grandson relate to me? Oh, okay, it doesn't. That's what I thought. Low-key, he reminds me of someone who I briefly interacted with is the wrong word. Briefly was in the presence of when I went to California for a music gig earlier in my 20s, just a couple years ago. And he was one of these prodigy frauds, just another industry plant. And he looks like him. Low-key, they all look the same. I don't know why that is. They all look the same. I wonder if it's the same kid. Still chugging along, huh? Still having your rich parents force you in every single venue that you've ever been in. Still having your rich parents buy everything you've ever wanted. Still chugging along. Good for you. Good for you. You know what I mean? No one cares. No one cares. No one worth mentioning cares about that sort of thing. I know I come across as super triggered and insecure in this monologue, but I'm not. Everything that I've said is factual. The system is flawed. No one should be able to buy their way to success, even in entertainment where the arena is more subjective. But certainly if they have, it shouldn't be shoved down everyone else's throat in the morning at 7:50 a.m. when someone's just opened their laptop to start working for the day. Are you kidding me? I'm harsh, but everything I said is true. Open my fucking laptop. 10-year-old guitar prodigy with rich parents rocks on. What? Why did that pop up on my computer, Windows 11? What the hell are you doing? Honestly. The amount of overreach is insane. Insanity. Good morning, fellow American. Here's my shitty, stupid fucking grandson, who's probably marginally talented, but we're rich and we're gonna shove him down your fucking throat. Thank you. I actually just wanted to open my laptop, though, so I'm not really sure why you're showing me this information against my will. But thank you. Once again, I don't care that he can shred on a guitar. That means very little to me. And in the little snippet that I did see, that I was literally forced on me, he looked very ungrateful. He looked miserable. He didn't look like there was any meaning in that success because it was bought for him. None of this is out of the ordinary for him. He's used to it. He's always had people buy him success in his life. So the success, quote unquote, has no meaning. He's not reacting like a normal person who was catapulted to success, because he wasn't. It was bought. He looked utterly bored. Utterly bored. Which I find insulting. Of course you're bored, you little brat. Because you haven't worked for anything a day in your life. Of course this is all boring to you. Of course this is all commonplace to you. This is just another toy. It's very inverted because there are real leaders who find things like naturally, who aren't sat down at the age of 3, and they make wonderful niche is a good thing, niche music, very locked into its own role and its own lane, like me. And people like me are altogether ignored because of industry plants and bullshit. And it's just a shame because people who naturally find that path are going to contribute better things to humanity than people who who sort of force, learn, and imbibe skills to create the appearance of a musician. He may be very musically inclined, he may know all the theory and have all the proficiency on instruments and whatnot, but he's not going to be making anything meaningful. He literally never will. Ooh, my coffee tastes very bitter today. Like me. Someone said to me, someone who I knew in the past, they said, it was another rich person actually, it was another filthy rich person whose son had some sort of father in law or in entertainment and bought him success, basically. It was a little bit more nuanced than that because the kid blew up on YouTube, so I suppose it was slightly more organic, but still, just rich people in like a 6-story home in Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? Just filthy, filthy fucking rich people. Anyways, I was talking to her for a while, the mother. Mind you, I was a 17-year-old, 16-year-old talking to like a 60-year-old artist because I was in fine arts world. That is what you call a prodigy. Someone who finds himself in the fine arts world at all of 17 without any guidance, without anyone doing that for him, for the most part. At any rate, yeah, my friends were in their 60s. Hello. Because I was way, way, way beyond my years. But I digress. She said to me when we parted ways when Ariana Grande followed me. And she resented this because, meaning the artist, not Ariana, the old lady, the artist lady. She resented this because her son always dreamed of Demi Lovato working with him. Demi Lovato never noticed him and never will. Never. Ain't never gonna happen, baby. And then all of a sudden I become friends with someone who's 100 times larger than Demi Lovato, Ariana Grande. At the time, I was friends with Ariana. She was DMing me, she was reposting my stories and stuff. And she couldn't take it, the mother of the kid who wanted to work with Demi, because despite all the help that her son got, he never achieved it, and I just fly in and achieve it naturally without even trying. That's what you call a real prodigy. And she stopped being friends with me because she couldn't cope with it. And she said, have fun with your new celebrity friends, Thomas, and I hope you don't become more bitter with age. So where I was going with this was, my coffee was very bitter this morning, thank you very much. Very bitter. And I'm glad I'm bitter. I call it fermented. I call it wise. It's not without purpose. Everything I said has been correct. Can't say otherwise. I want an even amount of sticks for this. Yeah, I have a pretty interesting background. My little Minecraft world. But I have a very dynamic background because I am a very dynamic person. I just pretend to be simple all the time because in my experience, people can't handle the more dynamic side. People can't handle the talent. They can't handle it. So I don't talk about it. Can you... Oh my god, they're not gonna... This game is so weird. You're so weird. You're so weird for that. Alright, good amount of... I should probably replace my axe and get food. Could you imagine how funny it would be if these headlines were honest, though? 10-year-old whose good on guitar. We don't know if he's a prodigy, but we'll just call him a prodigy. You're learning of this 10-year-old's existence because I, his grandfather or his dad, work in entertainment, and I wanted to force him into the industry, so I spent $10 million on this campaign, and that's why you're seeing him. That would be the end line. That would be the headline if it were honest. Isn't that outrageous? But that's the truth. It'd literally be more honest if that was the headline. Oh. And you? No, I didn't. That's stupid. I accidentally bought arrows. Well, I suppose I have a good amount of arrows now. Glad I cleaned some of this out recently. Oh yeah, all these slabs that I had. Wait a second. At this point, I don't know if I need all of those. I'll take a few stacks, but I don't think I need all of those. I'll take 3 stacks. That's fine. Okay. A little more. Because whatever it does not go into the axe, I will just put on food. Thank you, sir. You've been very helpful. Okay, so I'll get an axe from my resident toolsmiths over here. And the rest I will put on food. I'll be able to get 54 cookies. Not you. Oh, only a golden carrot. That's annoying. It's a shame. Whatever, at least I have food now and a new axe. Got what I came for. But I'm a bit peeved that I don't have any ideal farmers. Meaning farmers who give me food and not just like building ingredients, building recipes basically is what it is. What am I supposed to do with a golden watermelon slice? And who do I give that to? Maybe that's ultra rare, I don't know. The golden carrot is certainly not. I think I could use that to force horses to mate. I don't have any use for that, honestly. Okay. Yesterday I toyed with the idea of making this a little hammerhead moment. Meaning congruent on both sides with the little ridge. I think I want to do that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Either way, I'll fill this in for now. We'll see. For now, it's all closed up. I think because this has... I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about this just yet. You know, I have 5 meetings today. 5. 5. Take a little peek again. When the... Oh, I thought a creeper exploded here. This is just a vein. That scared me for a second. Wow, this is one souped up house, huh? Damn! She's looking mighty fine at this moment in time. Very, very nice. It's technically 4 stories. Anyways. Wow. Really outdid myself here. It's actually hilarious. I came in bored with this game, demotivated because the iron golems stopped spawning. I was like, here, let me make a little house for more beds. That was originally the thinking here, and then I just kept building. The platform kept growing, and here we are. I like this here. This, whoa. He just stole a block. I saw him. He was carrying a block. Asshole. See, that's what I hate. He stole a block from underneath. This is the terrain that I built on. The whole point is for it not to be altered. And see, now I don't know where he stole that block from, and that's massively... I think he stole it from here, actually. That's annoying. I built on that. That was... The whole point of this little courtyard was... It was contingent on that little hill. And then he just takes away a piece of the hill. That's stupid and game-breaking and shouldn't happen. I'm pretty sure it was right there. I'm pretty damn... Hey, you. Where are you? Ugh, they're so annoying. That was there already. Whatever. It's just annoying because eventually they will take so many pieces of the landscape away that the stairs there won't look right anymore. I know that they target the same areas. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Here, I don't know if this is the case, but I'm pretty sure that it was like this. I'm pretty sure. That is annoying. Annoying as hell. Here. Oh, this is wrong. It's fine. It's fine like that. Normally I would make it hug the stairs, but it's okay. I could put flat back. You. Ugh. Oh my god, I can't run. Obnoxious little... He just broke my helmet. Do they dodge arrows? They dodge arrows. Loser. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool touch that they dodge arrows. Shunto. What is it? Flash step? Shunto? I forgot something. Flash step. Flash step is such a cool concept and it's so beautiful in animation. I think actually concepts like flash step, where a character stops for a moment and then they travel at very high speed, those things stem from the beauty of how that looks in animation, to have a character with billowing robes frozen in time for a second and then launch into a very fast pursuit. It's very beautiful in animation. I think that's sort of why the idea behind flash step became so prominent in a lot of anime, because it's so fun to animate. It's so beautiful to look at, I mean. Kind of tired. Alright, I'm gonna call it quits for now. I did a good amount of stuff, but I am tired, so I have a meeting to jump in at 9, so I'd rather not cut it too close. Thank y'all for listening to my incessant complaining. I'll see you guys later.